On this day 314 of Everyday Bible with Ada Ukabia. Now Luke chapter 22 and John chapter 13 with the focus on today. The passage is what we will read today now, one of the most emotional chapters in the entire Gospels. It captured the night we filled with betrayal, loyalty, confusion, spiritual battle, and even deep love. Now the night when they arrest Jesus. And every person wey dey the story wey we dey read today, every one of them then get opportunity to make a choice. We go begin with Judas. Bible says Satan entered Judas. Now because Judas na terrible person, na him make Satan enter am. Not exactly. Judas don't be with Jesus for many years. He don't see miracles. He don't hear the teachings of Christ. But somewhere inside him, there was a door left unlocked. A small place where greed, offense, or disappointment don't live, and Satan enter through that door. Judas did not guard that door. The enemy does not need our whole heart to lead us astray. He just needs one unguarded place, one open door. Maybe na anger, maybe na pride, maybe na jealousy, or maybe na secret desires. Judas not just fall into that deep pit where he dig for himself in one day. No. Now small compromises over time. And when Judas looked for a way to hand Jesus over, the Bible says in verse 6, he sought opportunity in the absence of a crowd. They arrest Jesus now for night, they do them in secret. Why? Because Jesus was loved by many people. The leaders, they fear the public reaction. It is interesting that evil usually works in the dark, abi? When people, they hide things, when I sin, when I lies, when I wrong motive, then they often do them quietly, privately, when nobody they watch. Darkness, they protect wrongdoing. Okay, now, before the arrest, they say they get Passover meal. That Passover meal is a yearly reminder of how God saved the Israelites from Egypt when he used the blood of the lamb. But this particular night, they're different. Jesus picks up the bread and the wine and he says, this is my body, this is my blood. Him they reveal something deeper. Now him be the Passover lamb. The lamb in Exodus saved the Israelites from death. Now Jesus, the Lamb of God, now him go save humanity from eternal death. So the Passover was never just history. Now prophecy leading to this point. Then Jesus can teach disciples something about greatness. At the table, when they argue who is important, who is not important, Jesus said, the greatest among you should be like the youngest, and the one who rules is supposed to be like a servant. In the world where they live today, they say that the one at the table, now they important, be the VIP. But Jesus, they say, the one where they serve, now they greater. In our families, in our workplaces, in our ministries, real greatness is not about titles or recognition, but it's supposed to be all about humility and service. Then we can read something very interesting in verse 35 and verse 36, where Jesus, they remind the disciples, say earlier when he sent them out, he said they no take money, they no take supplies, and they no lack anything. Now in verse 36, they tell them, say, we didn't take their provisions, so why the change? Before, Jesus was physically with them. Him, they work out with them, they teach them, they guide them, they protect them. But now, as him, they prepare them for life after the resurrection. Now that time, they tell them, say, when they're supposed to they walk by faith, then they're supposed to they endure challenges and they face opposition. Wetin come be the message? Faith does not mean unpreparedness. There are seasons when God will miraculously provide without our effort, and seasons where he will expect us to plan, think, and be ready. If we move on to Peter, Jesus don't tell Peter, say, you go deny me. Peter say, nothing. But after the arrest, fear can't take over. The pressure can't grow, and Peter can't deny Jesus 3 times. Now for verse 61, we can read, say, the Lord turned and looked straight at Peter. Kai, imagine that moment. Not a look of anger, not disappointment, but the look, now the one where they talk, say, I knew this would happen. I still love you. Come back to me. Kai. All of us don't be Peter. We don't make promises to God. We don't fall short. We don't fall God hand. But the eyes of the Lord know they condemn us. He calls us back every time. Finally, in 64, they say they blindfold Jesus and then beat him. Then they ask him, make you prophesy, who hit him. So why they blindfold? Mocking they easier when would they pretend say the other person no they see. In a twisted nature of human cruelty, to hurt without facing the eyes of the one where would they wound. But Jesus they see, not with the physical sight, but with divine understanding. He see their fear, he see the confusion, he see the blindness, he see the brokenness in the people they attack him. Yet, he still choose to go on the cross. In the second book of today, we look into an intimate moment where the room they quiet, the disciples they gather for waiting their things in and just another meal with Jesus. But something different can't happen. Jesus, knowing that his time they very close, he knows that the cross is near. So he can't decide to serve his disciples. He stand up from the table, he remove his outer garment, he tie towel around his waist, he come pour water from inside basin, come begin to wash the feet of his disciples. They act alone. It is shocking to all of them. The washing of the feet, now the job of the lowest servant in a household. The dust of the road, the sweat, the dirt, this was not the job of the honorable or the respected in the community. Yet the King of Kings, they do this job. When they can't reach the turn of Simon Peter, we kuku know him now. He say, "Iro, lie. No, Lord, you will not wash my feet." Now Jesus tell him, say, "Unless I wash you, you don't get any part with me." Wait, this one not be just about the water or the washing. Jesus, they tell him something deeper. And they tell him, say, "You must allow me to cleanse you. You cannot fix yourself. You cannot purify yourself. You need me." Peter wanted to honor Jesus, but sometimes our greatest resistance to God comes from us thinking, say, we should be worthy first. Jesus, they show us, say, the relationship with him begins with receiving the grace of God. Not proving ourselves, not performing, receiving the grace of God. Now, why did Jesus wash only their feet? Because the feet, they represent our daily journey. Their whole body already done they clean, but the feet don't gather dust as in the waka. In the same way, we, the believers, we know say we are saved, but because we live on earth, our daily life, they stain us every time. We are forgiven, but we still get weary. We still get frustrated. We still get tempted. We still get discouraged. Jesus, they wash that place where they closest to the death of the world. It not to remind us that his grace meets us in our daily work, our routines, our mistakes, or even our quiet struggles. And we'll go try focus on the outer garment which Jesus removed before he do the washing of the feet. Now, powerful picture. If you remember in the Old Testament, if you don't follow us, the priests then go remove their glorious robes when they perform sacrificial service. Then go step away from honor into humility as they walk on behalf of the people. Jesus now the great high priest. And in this particular place, he they lay aside his physical covering, just like he laid aside his heavenly glory to come down on earth and serve humanity. So this one particular moment where they washed the feet of his disciples, now a living illustration of his entire ministry, his entire mission on earth. God, they put aside his glory to get close to us. Last, Jesus can't tell his disciples, "Where me I they go, and no fit come." Him they speak of the cross, the sacrifice where not only him fit fulfill. No one else could carry the weight of the world's sin. No one else could defeat death. So that journey, now for only him. But he no shut the people out. He no shutting disciples out. He they prepare them. Because later he say, "You will follow afterward." What in that one mean? "There is a place I am preparing for you. We will be together again."